So I believe we've watched all 4 videos. Now let's go on into technical analysis. What is technical analysis? Technical analysis is literally interpreting the data on the charts to give us a frame on how we're going to take our trades, to allow us to predict where price is going to go, or where we think price is going to go. So with technical analysis, the first thing we see on the charts are candles, of course, these things over here. This is a candle, this is a candle before it, this is a candle, this is a candle, this is a candle. And we've already spoken about time frames. So each candle represents data for a given time. So that time is called a time frame. So over here we have 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 5 minutes, 15, 30, and so on. So here we're on the 4-hour chart. So if this 4-hour candle opens at 6 o'clock, it means the previous one opened at 2, and at 22, 18, and so on and so forth. So let's go to the 5 minutes candles. You'd see right here that this candle opened at 9:55, the other one should open at 9:50, 9:45, and so on and so forth. So each candle represents price for a specific time frame. Now let's go into the candle. The candle has 4 major sets of information in it. So those information is what we're going to call the OHLC. So let me just take us to a graphical representation for now, and then we can see. So what is an OHLC chart? On Google it says an OHLC chart is a type of bar chart that shows open, high, low, and closing prices for each period. So for each period we're going to have the open, the high, the low, and the closing prices of the candle. So let's come here, images. Let's find one suitable one that can actually explain. Okay, this. So let's just look at what we have here, what I'm circling with my mouse. So we have an up day and a down day. It means this specific candle is talking about a daily chart. So for a daily chart is going to show you 1 day of price data. So if today is Monday the 22nd, the previous trading day was Friday. The markets are not open on weekends or forex markets. So let's just say the candle is going to have 4 sets of information that it's going to give us. So those 4, we have the open, the close, the high, and then the low. So for a candle that opens from the bottom, we have an up candle, which means the candle on that day opened at the lower price and then closed at a higher price. Let's just use the CD for example. So let's just say you bought something at 5 cedis and then you closed your particular order at, let's say, 10 cedis. So it means the price where they started with was 5 cedis and then you closed the order at 10 cedis. Okay, so we are going to have the buy candle, which is the up candle. Open is going to be lower than the close, so it opens lower and then closes up. If you look at the traditional trading view chart, it's going to be in green. So this is going to be the open and then the close. Now let's talk about the lows and then the highs. So let's just say you went to buy something at, let's say, Makola Market or your grocery store by you, provision store or something. So you went there and then you are allowed to bargain a price. Okay, that's not how it works here, but let's just say, let me use it for a bit of hindsight so that at least you can understand what's going on. So let's say you went to buy Gari Olonka and then they said Gari Olonka is at 3 cedis. You get it? Then you told the woman that, oh, as for me, it's only 2 cedis that I have. So 2 cedis was the lowest price in that particular day. Then later you decided that, okay, I'll buy 2 Olonka for, let's say, that same price of 3 cedis. So now when it gets here, you decided to buy 2 Olonkas for 6 cedis. But then 6 cedis is higher than 3. So you open negotiations at 3, you ended at 6. Then in that, maybe the woman also said that no, she can only give you Gari Olonka. If you are buying 2 Olonka, then you bring 3.5 and then collect the 2. Then that would be 7. So 7 would have been the highest price for that day. If you don't understand the whole Olonka connotation, let's just say On that day, the price opened at 3 cedis. It came all the way low to 2 cedis. Okay, like you are monitoring something to buy on an online market. So that day you checked, and then you said the price was 3 cedis. Then you said, oh, nah, let me go and come back and see. So when you came back, it was at 2 cedis. Then you were like, no, it can go lower. When it gets to 1 cedi, I'll buy. Then price never got to 1 cedi. Then it went all the way to, like, let's say 8 cedis. And you're like, 8 cedis, the anybody on was too expensive. Then by the time price finally came to 5 cedis, you are like, oh, okay, I'll take 5 cedis like that. If not, because you've seen 8 cedis, you are afraid that maybe the market could go all the way to 10 cedis. So you just buy 5 cedis like that. So we have 4 parts of the candle. We have the lowest point in that market. We have where the price actually opened, where the price closes, and then the highest point in that market for an up candle. So for a low candle, the high and then the low is going to be the same. What changes is that the candle opens at the top, opens at a higher price, and then closes at a lower price. So let's say this time you're actually monitoring something on the online markets to buy. So when you checked, the thing was 8 cedis, and then you said, no, I'll come later. So when you came later, the price was 10 cedis. You are like, nah, this one there will go down. So when it actually came down, let's say 2 cedis, you are like, no, it will go down again. When it gets to 50 pesos, then I'll buy. But then last it came to, like, let's say 3 cedis, and then you are like, okay, 3 cedis is way better than where it opened before, so I'll buy it here. You get? So you have the open being a higher price and then the close being a lower price. So that's what we have to understand for the data given to us by an OHLC chart. So this OHLC chart is a type of bar chart. So when we look at the charts, we are going to have this particular bar chart, which I would not recommend for a beginner. We're going to have the candlestick chart, which gives you the kind of information that we just talked about. Then we're going to have the line chart. I'll show you instances on which to use the line chart. We don't use this all the time. So yeah, most of these three, between the bar, the candles, and then the line. But for beginners, let's just stick with the candles and then the line, because the bar is just a more complicated form of the candlestick chart. So don't worry about that. Candlesticks are very simple. So this is going to be the kind of data available to you on an OHLC chart. So this is the kind of data we're going to play with. This is the kind of data we're going to try our best to interpret as traders. So don't worry at all. We'll teach you how to navigate this data and then how to go about the markets. So I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope this is quite concise and then you would understand what was taught.